Fabi, I had a question for you because obviously you've been around. You've played people like Vichy from the past generation. You've played guys like Nihal and maybe even younger. I don't know. Some of those guys might be younger than Nihal from the current generation. If I don't know if this is too complicated of a question. How many what sample size of games do you need to see of a person to nail their playing style?
That's a very interesting question, and it's difficult to answer because players, we tend to have these myths about players, but usually chess players have very, very complex styles. It's not like Magnus likes endgames or Hikaru likes, sharp positions.
Right.
That's like there are these
I like chocolate. Yeah.
there are these stereotypes about players, which is natural. Like you see a few games where Magnus does something incredible in endgame, and you think, oh, he's an endgame wizard, which is true for sure. But most top players are very universal. And there are some slight stylistic differences between people. Sometimes there's even major ones. But those don't manifest so clearly in games. Because very often, the main tool that strong players have at their disposal is their calculation. As James Canty would say, calculation over everything. And that's definitely true at the top level. And when a guy like Wesley or a guy like Nihal calculates, they actually tend to reach similar conclusions in their calculations. They tend to see a lot of the same lines. Some of the differences might be in less concrete positions or in decisions that may not even have an objective truth to them. Sometimes it's just, I like this type of position more than others. But in many ways, players play similarly to one another. Still, a lot of it is psychology also. Once that comes into play, sometimes players do crazy things. Like, you give Wesley a position one day where he would never make a mistake, but if it's another day and he's feeling a bit differently, he might make a mistake in that type of position.